Hello everyone, and welcome to Ukraine Will Win. Today we're diving deep into the evolving dynamics of the battlefield, looking at how Ukrainian forces are not just holding their ground, but are increasingly setting the tempo of the conflict. The narrative has shifted dramatically since the initial days of the full-scale invasion. What was once seen as a defensive struggle has transformed into a strategic and tactical masterclass, demonstrating Ukraine's resilience, ingenuity, and unwavering spirit. Let's start by looking at the southern front. The counteroffensive operations here have been methodical and incredibly challenging. Ukraine is facing some of the most heavily fortified defensive lines seen in modern warfare, dense with minefields, anti-tank ditches, and layers of Russian positions. Yet despite these immense obstacles, Ukrainian brigades are making incremental but steady progress. They are systematically dismantling these defenses, not through reckless frontal assaults, but through smart, calculated moves. They use precision artillery and drone reconnaissance to identify weak points, suppress enemy fire, and create safe corridors for their armored units. Each village liberated is a testament to the courage of the soldiers on the ground and the brilliant planning of their commanders. This isn't just about gaining territory, it's about attriting the invading forces, degrading their logistics, and forcing them to constantly react to Ukraine's moves. Now let's turn our attention to the east, particularly around hotspots like Bakhmut. After months of a brutal attritional battle, where Russia threw wave after wave of troops, the situation has been completely inverted. Ukrainian forces are now on the offensive on the flanks of the city. They are leveraging their knowledge of the terrain and superior tactics to encircle Russian units, cut off their supply lines, and create untenable positions for them within the city itself. This strategic pincer movement is putting immense pressure on the Russian command, forcing them to divert resources from other areas of the front just to try and hold on. The battle for Bakhmut has become a symbol of Ukraine's ability to turn a defensive meat grinder into an offensive opportunity, showcasing their tactical flexibility and long-term strategic vision. A critical element in Ukraine's control of the battlefield is what's often called shaping operations. This goes far beyond the front lines. Ukrainian forces, with the help of long-range precision weapons, are systematically targeting key Russian assets deep in the rear. We're talking about command posts, ammunition depots, fuel storage facilities, and crucial logistical hubs like bridges. Every successful strike on a target like the Chonhar or Kerch bridges sends ripples across the entire Russian military machine. It disrupts their ability to supply their troops, move reinforcements, and coordinate their defenses. This deep battle is strangling the Russian war effort at its source. It forces them to reposition their valuable assets further away from the front, making their logistics slower, more complicated, and more vulnerable to attack. This is a war of logistics as much as it is a war of attrition, and Ukraine is winning it. And we can't talk about battlefield control without mentioning the incredible impact of Ukrainian drone warfare. Ukraine has become a global leader in the innovative use of unmanned aerial vehicles, from small, commercially available drones adapted for reconnaissance and grenade drops, to sophisticated, long-range attack drones capable of striking targets hundreds of kilometers away. These eyes in the sky provide Ukrainian artillery with real-time targeting information, allowing them to achieve astounding accuracy and efficiency. They hunt for high-value targets like artillery systems, air defense platforms, and electronic warfare equipment. The psychological impact on Russian soldiers, who know they can be watched and targeted at any moment, is immense. This technological superiority on the drone front gives Ukraine a decisive asymmetric advantage. Furthermore, the naval dimension of this conflict is extraordinary. Despite not having a large traditional navy, Ukraine has effectively pushed the Russian Black Sea Fleet out of the western part of the Black Sea and away from the Ukrainian coast. Through the masterful use of naval drones and anti-ship missiles, Ukraine has created a significant threat to what was once a dominant naval force. They've successfully attacked Russian warships, both at sea and in their home ports in occupied Crimea. This has not only protected Ukraine's coastline, but has also been instrumental in reopening the grain corridor, a vital artery for the global food supply. It's a textbook example of asymmetric warfare, where a smaller, more agile force uses innovation to neutralize the advantages of a larger, more conventional adversary. The morale and motivation of the troops are also a deciding factor. Ukrainian soldiers are defending their homes, their families, and their right to exist as a sovereign nation. Their fighting spirit is unbreakable. They are highly motivated, well-trained by Western partners, and are fighting with a clear purpose. On the other side, we see reports of low morale, poor leadership, and logistical failures plaguing the Russian forces. This difference in will to fight is a powerful, intangible force multiplier for Ukraine. A soldier fighting for their freedom will always have an advantage over an invader fighting for unclear objectives on foreign soil. This moral high ground fuels the resilience and determination that we see on the battlefield every single day. When you put all these pieces together, the methodical advances in the south, the tactical encirclement in the east, the deep strikes on logistics, the dominance in drone warfare, the neutralization of the Black Sea Fleet, and the superior morale, a clear picture emerges. Ukraine is not just reacting, it is proactively shaping the conflict. They are dictating where and when the major engagements happen, forcing Russia into a defensive posture and systematically degrading their capacity to wage war. The path ahead is still difficult, and the cost is incredibly high, but the strategic initiative is firmly in Ukrainian hands. The battlefield is controlled by those who are smarter, more innovative, and have the stronger will to win. And right now, that is undeniably Ukraine. Thank you for joining us on Ukraine Will Win. The fight for freedom continues, and support is more crucial than ever. If you found this analysis insightful, please like this video, share it, and subscribe to our channel for more updates. Stay strong and stand with Ukraine.